So I live by myself at the moment, and sometimes I buy food that comes in a jar. And so if I want to eat this food, I have to open the jar, and sometimes I can't do this. My grip is just too weak. And I try it with both hands, and sitting on the floor with it between my thighs, and I get a microfiber towel, and I try that, and I bang it on the counter, and so on, so forth, all of that. I can't do it. And around this time I start to wonder if all the worst things that can be said might actually be true. Isn't it so helpless? I can't even open a jar. Maybe I am an inferior kind of animal, one with a biology that limits me to a subservient role. I can't even open this jar, then what if I, get attacked in the street? If someone wants to pick me up or hold me down or hurt me? Is there anything I could actually do to stop them? Would I be strong enough to push someone away? And if I can't, if I'm not strong enough, doesn't that mean that I don't deserve to? That if someone wants to do something to me and I can't stop them, doesn't that make it their right to do it? Winner takes all, survival of the fittest. If the deer can't run away, the bear deserves to eat it. And this is such a horrible thought, It's like thinking you'd be better off dead. After all, the notion here is that I am not human. Not in the way that a human is usually defined. I'm some other kind of thing, like cattle. Something that doesn't merit rights or respect or dignity. All these notions that feminism has been pushing back against for decades, well, for centuries. And every such social effort is here disproven by the simple, clear reality of biology. I can't defend myself. I can't care for myself. Strip away our high conventions of society, and I would be a slave. We are brute animals. The world is dominance and submission, and my design is one that submits. In Brazil, apparently, there's this fungus that turns ants into zombies. So they're walking around, minding their own business, being ants. But they pick up this contagion somewhere out in the world. Just a speck at first, probably not worth worrying about, but it sticks to them, this contaminant. It gets under their skin, even though they can barely feel it, and there it begins to grow. For a while, the ant probably doesn't realize anything is wrong. Maybe they act a little different, but they don't realize, or their colony doesn't realize, that their difference comes from this external force. They still think it's part of them. And then the fungus is all over, it's taken control, it's filled up all the space it can. So it's too late for the ant. It's no longer got any control. It can't get rid of the invading fungus, it just does what the fungus wants it to, and there's no way for it to get back to what it was. No way for it to change its mind. And obviously that's very frightening. But thankfully this fungus only affects ants, not humans. So it's a good thing I am human.